Well, good morning, everybody. How you all doing? Whittler Dave here. Well, it's a nice, brisk, cold morning up here in the mountains. I hope you all are warm and safe. But I'm just working on this collage, this bear and the mountains and the tree and stuff like that. I want to give the mountains a little texture here. You know, it's coming along fast. Got the bear painted, the trees all painted in. I don't want to leave anything really too flat. So we're just going across here and giving it a little love, a little whoop-de-doo. Yes'm, gotta do a little whoop-de-doo this morning. Yeah, it was spitting snow just a minute ago, light snow. Had some 60-degree weather yesterday, and now we're back down to the cold stuff. And see, what I do is I strap this down. This is what this is. This is just a brace. It's not glued or nothing together. There's a ton of work I got to do to this, but got to get these mountains to set down the way I want. Mountains are not perfect. Know some. Just give it a little scarring here, a little whoop-de-doo. I've got a moose that I've drawing, and I'm going to take this bear out, and I'll draw a moose in here and everything. And then I got, I don't know, I may do one with a wolf. I don't know yet. And maybe draw like he's on a rock and he's howling at the moon, or, you know, that moon up there, I may turn that into a sun. I just don't know yet. This is the first one I've done in this size. When they're bigger, it gives you more of a footprint, more places to play with, and everything. What I'm doing is I'm carving different directions, against grain, with grain. Not wanting to dig in or nothing. It's got to fit. And I'll make the paints, because each mountain's got to be a different shade. You know, if you painted this all one color, it'd be blah. It wouldn't. And there's the tree right there, part of the little Christmas tree. That's his bottom half. I made it look like it had wood grain. You know, it's all, and then I'll build a frame around this whole thing. They got a fancy name for this stuff now, but it's like pole barns. You know, I used to build pole barns back years ago. People would live in them. Well, now they had to name it a different name. They call it barn-aminium. Come on, folks. It's a friggin' pole barn. You just wanted to name it fancy so you can get more money out of it. It's a pole barn. Poles in the ground, and there you go. Many people have built them. I got friends that still live in them. It's nothing new. And it's, you know, if I ever move back out to the mountains like I want to, and everything, I'm going to build me a pole barn. Not no barn-aminium, a pole barn. That's what I'm going to build. They're simple. They're structurally safe. There's nothing wrong with them. And I'm not going to call it no barn-aminium. I'm not foo-foo, folks. You know that. Shoot far. I shop at Goodwill and go to the thrift stores. Lord have mercy, there's nothing wrong with that. I was born with hand-me-downs. I was. Oh my Lord, look at that. She's getting there. It's gonna be a pretty one. Hope you can see it. Like I said, let me bring you up here. Sorry for the shaky camera. There's the tree. And then the mountains. I got the mountains. And it's hard to see in the camera, but the mountains are textured. They're just not smooth. They've got a rough texture on them. The peaks of the mountain. There's the moon I'm working on. It has a rough texture. All this will get carved and everything like this down here. And everything, all this in here gets it, and all this, all the sky and stuff, the background, this all gets carved and everything. Bring you back over here. Yeah. And this, like I said, it's just a brace. I set it up here on my sawhorses, and that way these don't have to move, because like I said, it's not glued in yet. And then I'll build a backer on this. I'll put a full sheet on the back of this, and I'll staple all that down and everything and glue it. I don't want it to move. And everything. Gotta feel that grain. Sorry that she's not fast enough. She's just sitting on my sawhorses. I gotta use the table saw here in a minute, and I don't want to. See, here's the other piece. It goes right here. Like I said, it's not glued in. And this is this mountain. Then you've got another mountain running down here behind the bear. That's that mountain. And then this mountain here. Everything runs down behind the bear. It's just, like I said, you got to have some imagination. I hope you understand this. A little imagination goes a long way in this life. Yes, it does. Got to get in front over here. I hope you guys can see. It's a little, you got to feel that grain when you're carving. And then I will do a frame around this. And I may do a blue frame. I may do a red frame. And what we got here, let me get a piece of this. This is called alpine. I don't know if you can see it, but it's got a rough grain to it. I love this stuff. When I moved to Tennessee, I found out about this, and this is called alpine. It's got this rough texture. So this is already a patina. So when I build this frame, I'll have that facing up and everything. I'll build me a frame, I'll have this facing up, and that gives me another form of texture that I don't even have to do. This whole board was alpine, but you have to carve it to get this type of, I call this chatter carving, is what I call it. You know, but that's called alpine. I use this a lot, you know, and it carves good. It's basically like a piece of sugar pine. Extremely soft. Cuts like butter. But, like I said, I use that a lot. When I moved here, there used to be a lumber yard right down from my house, but then we had that glorified fire and burned it down. So now I got to drive over an hour to go get it. And there's, I think, 1 or 2 places here in Tennessee that sell it. I've tried to find it on the interweb. Well, I'm not good, you know that. But I'll tell you what, I like it. I see people use it a lot. And I use it a lot. Gotta move that brace down here in a little bit. I'll just probably take it this, I got screws on it, so I can move it around, put it where I want, and everything. There goes that piece again. Oh, Lordy. Let's take some pressure off of this. Too much pressure. Now see, now I can get up in here. That kind of holds it in place. Now it still moves, but it kind of holds it in place good enough. So I'm going to set this little piece up here. It keeps wanting to float around on me. Now I can get up here. We can take this out so we don't, see there's our top, so we don't hit it and scar it, because it's basically done. Oops. But I'll go around this. This whole thing gets this. And then I'll just kind of go just lightly with a piece of sandpaper. So I don't want to take out hardly any of the marks as I put them all in. Any fuzzies, right here's a fuzzy. Just a piece of wood lifted up with the grain. But like I said, you want to go different directions. This all will come out when I paint this. There you go. Let's pull you out. Don't need to mess you up. There you go. Let's turn you back around just a smidge, folks. Give you a little bit better angle. I apologize for that. See how she raised right there? So you gotta come in here and gotta learn to read that grain. Doing that whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de-doo. Whoop, whoop, whoop-de-doo. She's coming. Not bad for 2 days of work, which I've got a lot of hours in these. That's what people don't realize is the time. I mean, face it, folks. Anything handmade, and you're going to hear me say this all the time, anything handmade is 10 times better than anything bought. I don't care what you say. You know, they go, well, it can be bought, it can be made faster. Well, that's what's wrong with people. Slow down. Slow down. Breathe. Look what is God-given. Nature. Beauty. I mean, my Lord. When it gets warm, I mean, I don't even, people wonder if I even got a house because I'm outside constantly. This door on my shop is open all the time. I don't run air conditioning. Don't run air conditioning at all. I don't need it. It's a misconception. I was born and raised without air conditioning. I worked for years outside in the heat. You know, it's all in your head. People have gotten soft. That's what's wrong with people. They've just gotten soft. Not me. I'm not gotten away from my roots. Not at all. There you go. And so you just want this all hit and miss. Just hit and miss. Hit and miss. Get this old dog in here. There you go. Yep. I'm going to tell you what, this is going to be a pretty one. It's going to be pretty. There. And like I said, this mount will just drop right back in there. And there it is. You know, very simple. Just, I call them collages. They got these fancy names for this stuff. Like I told you folks, I'm not fancy. I'm not. Well, I just wanted to jump on here and show you this. How y'all doing? Just wanted to jump on here and show you all this and everything. And just tell you I appreciate everybody that's following us and giving me likes and comments. I love the comments. Send me more comments. I really do. Share my videos. That's going to help me out. You know, if you see something and I need to know it, well, Lord, tell me. You're not going to hurt my feelings. So, y'all have a blessed day, and I just thank you again.